Since we've got a majority here, call the joint meeting to order, 6:15. And I know Capital wanted to go first tonight. So I'll turn it over to Jamie or Duncan or whoever, or Roger.
All right, well, capital, we just have one item to recommend,
Right,
and that is Article
11.
11, which is the payment for the loader, the front end loader, the fourth of 5.
Right.
So I would just, I'll make a motion to recommend as written, Article 13.
Article
I'm
11.
sorry, Article
11, yeah.
11. For the, as Article 13, a motion to recommend as written, Article 13.
It's Article 11 though, isn't it?
I'm sorry, 11. I keep saying
No,
that.
it's okay.
Hey, I'll second that.
Was Roger second?
We just need a roll call.
Okay. So, Jamie, aye. Roger,
Aye.
Aye.
Bill Johnson, yes.
Bill, yes. And Duncan.
Duncan, you're on mute.
Am I muted now?
Yes,
Yep, you're on mute.
And Duncan, yes?
Duncan, yes.
Okay. I think that completes our portion of the town meeting articles.
Okay,
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, y'all have a great night.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Here, Duncan.
Jamie, Bill, if something comes up and you need capital back, just ping me, text or email, and I'll jump back on, but I'm gonna jump off now.
All right, thanks, Duncan. Take care of everybody.
All right,
Bye-bye.
okay, so going through the warrant articles, why don't we start with Article 1? I know it's a standard language we've always seen. Anything to say on this one, Brian? I don't know of anything to talk about.
No, nothing. That's just the one that, accept the reports of committees.
Town committees, yeah. Okay. Do we have to accept them as we go, or how do you want to handle this?
You could do the standard ones if you wanted, accept them together or yeah.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
All right, why don't we do this? Okay, let's go to Article 2 then, payment in lieu of taxes.
Hey, Ryan, how we've done it in the past,
Okay,
we do like the consent articles, so we do like Articles 1 to 6.
Yeah.
And how we've done the other ones individually.
okay,
So we recommend Articles 1 to 6, and then the rest of them we do individually.
okay, let's do that the same way tonight. We'll keep the same way. Okay, so pilot payment, which is Article 2 by the Lake Department. Yeah, that was nothing to,
Yeah, I just want to summarize quickly what each one is, and then we can take a vote on all 6
right,
together.
yeah. Again, this year's, the estimate is $67,300. Okay. Article 3 is for the town treasurer collector to borrow money from time to time to make sure the payments are done in a timely manner. Okay, and then Article 4, town authorized with the town administrator, the Mass Highway Department for the construction and maintenance of town roads. Has this ever happened, Brian? I was looking at this one. is this just a standard format? I've never even known we've done this.
Yeah, I haven't seen it on any other towns, but you do it here. It's been standard. So
Okay.
I don't know if there's something with the state roads where they, in the past, needed a contract signed.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I know I've seen it here in town. Okay,
Yeah,
Article 5,
This is usually a standard one we use just to make everything legal, I guess, for Brian to sign agreements with the state.
all right, okay, all right. Okay, and then the appropriate the funds to become available for Chapter 90 bond funds for the roads, which is 341,939. Are we gonna talk anything about the roads we're doing this year in the upfront slide pack or anywhere in the presentation?
I sent the stuff over to Rosemary today. There will be some information on the roads. We're not gonna produce the list of roads. We're gonna have the outline of the program, the fact that we've done it, it's a 3-year program, and then direct them to the website where they can see the complete listing of all the roads and how we have them classified and all the breakdowns there.
Okay, that's good since roads are such a hot button item in the town. Okay, and then Article 6 was the Standard Waterways Improvement Fund for $1,500, maintenance and safety. So it goes to the Ashburnham Lakes Coalition. I guess at this point, I'd just like to have a motion to accept Articles 1 through 6 as written.
So moved?
Okay, seconded.
A second.
What was that? Marty?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Marty?
Yeah.
Okay, so a roll call, Ron is yes.
Joe is yes.
Marty,
Jamie,
yes.
Okay, I heard Jamie and Marty together. So, okay, 1 through 6, that they've been accepted. Okay, Article 7. And this is the revolving fund for 2021. I believe these are the exact same spending limits that we saw at the last town meeting. I really don't have any comments on these. Brian, do you have any?
No, they're standard. on
Yeah,
those.
standard there. So. Okay, so I'll take a motion to accept Article 7 as written.
So moved?
Joe.
Seconded.
Second.
Okay, that's Marty seconded. Okay, roll call. Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Jamie,
Marty,
yes.
yes. Oh,
Okay,
we do it at the same time, Jimmy.
Okay. Article 8. This is to appropriate money for the water department. The thing that tripped me up earlier this morning, in case just anybody's comparing numbers, the 791, 124 is lower than the 831, 124 because less overhead is involved. The overhead has been reduced. Okay, for indirect costs. Just in case anybody's questioning that or going through the numbers and wondering what the difference is. Okay, any questions, concerns about this water department budget? Okay, I take a motion to accept it as written
So moved?
and
Second.
seconded.
Marty,
A second.
Okay, Marty, okay, Ron is yes.
Joe is yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, moving on to Article 9. This is the budget for the sewer department. And again, it's slightly less because the indirect costs went down. I really have nothing in addition to say about these numbers. Any questions or concerns? Okay,
No.
then I'll take a motion to accept Article 9 as written.
So moved.
Make the motion.
Motion, second.
Okay, vote by roll call. Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, so now we go on to Article 10, which is the annual operating budget. And again, this is the one we saw the other night, along with the revenue budget for the 18,343, 547. Is there any questions? I think there was a comment that came up and that the 18,343 was larger than a 2.5% increase from last year. It's 2.99%. And I forget the answer that was given for that.
Sure. So on the regular taxpayers, it's only around 2.26, but 125,000 of the increase is because of new growth, anticipated new growth. So together they make it to the 3% mark.
Okay, that's what 2.26. Got to remember that in case somebody asks.
Hey, Ron, just for clarity's sake,
Yeah.
can you scroll up, or whoever's controlling that, can you scroll
That's
up a little
me.
bit?
Yeah.
Because I thought it said 18. Yeah, it
Yes,
says 18.
why does it say
Right.
18,206.24?
Because then you add the numbers down below it that come from available funds, 1,000 from Cushing, 16,9 special assessments, 50, and the 69,354. So that makes up the difference of about 137,350.
Okay.
So you sum those four numbers together plus the 18,206, and you get to the 18,343.
Ron, I'm not sure if I explained it to this group or not. Did I explain it to you what the numbers came from or not on these? I know I've done the Board of Selectmen, but I'm not sure.
I don't think so for us, Brian.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so either.
All right, I'll do a quick rundown. So
Okay,
the amount coming out of the tax levy is going to be the 18,206,224.
Yeah.
And before you'd have different articles for Cushing Academy, the Title V, those were separate articles before. What was happening is they were actually doing it twice. They were doing it in those articles, and then they were also doing it in Article 10 under other revenues. So they were double counting the revenues. So the state frowns on that. The outside auditors frowned on that, and our internal accountant, the town accountant, frowned on that. So we changed the wording on how it's done. So if we encompass those two articles in this article here, that's what we did on those first two line items. The conservation wetland fees, they can only go back 3 years from what they can spend. They're not allowed to go beyond that. So this has accumulated quite a large sum. So I actually went back 4 years, and I think it's like $51,000. So I only took $50,000 of that amount to bring it back into the fund balance.
Yeah.
So this is clearing that down. So they still have a 4-year going back period, which they can only use 3. And every year you'll see a small amount in that. This year is big, but the years going forward are just going to be the 4th year dropping off. So it's going to be a real small amount. Okay.
Where do those come from again, Brian?
So
Can you-
they come from the fees that they collect.
Right. What does that mean? What are we assessing to get those fees?
So conservation does a lot of wetland fees when they assess people's properties. When they go in for wetland variations and things, the fees that they collect. It should kind of be like a revolving account, and it should be used to offset the administrative cost and all that stuff. But it doesn't here, so the budget kind of picks it up and it goes into revolving account. But they charge all sorts of fees for, I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a lot of fees that the conservation area collects.
They collect that from new construction mostly? Is that where you're getting that?
It's mostly new construction, correct. It's only like $2,000 a year or $2,300 a year. So that's been there for quite some time.
boy, it has to be, yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
Right, thank
I
you.
have a question. Is Cushing still paying for the officer in their agreement?
Oh,
As of now, they are. I'm not sure whether that's going forward or not, but as of now, I know they were. I have a call from them to talk to them regarding something regarding that, but I haven't talked to them.
Well,
So when we see that somewhere in here as a revenue or a,
It comes in the miscellaneous revenues. It's at the last part of this. Let me just finish up this top part. One more item.
okay, I just had a question. I didn't
Sure,
see
no,
that anywhere.
no, well, it's at the bottom of this article. So the reserve for bond amortization. When you guys sold the bond, you can sell it as a premium. So it means they pay more than the face value of the bond. But your rate's a little higher. The state a few years ago used to be able to take it as miscellaneous income the year it was sold. You can't do that anymore. So you have to use it to offset the bond premium each year of that bond. So this is allocating the money from that reserve account
Yeah, but
into
go
this
ahead.
one. Basically, it's being held as cash in a cash account that you can't use. And it dwindles down each year that bond is paid off. So this is moving that money from there. So that will reduce slightly each year until that bond's paid off. So for instance, if you sold a $1 million bond, they'll sell you a premium. They'll give you $1,100,000 for it. Say it's a 10-year bond. You can use $10,000 of that premium each year for 10 years to offset the interest or the cost of that bond. And that's how that's done. All right. So Marty, are you controlling this?
yep.
If you want to scroll down, I'll get to Jamie's question. It's a little bit more right there, the revenues. So in that local receipt revenue and transfers in, that's where the Cushing, miscellaneous, all those motor vehicle excise, building and fees, that's where everything's in those numbers there.
Okay,
So the police
If you look at-
officers in here somewhere?
The officers in that 1,849,905. If you look at last year's numbers, that was 1.9 million. So I've reduced that local aid number, that local receipt number.
Oh, it's in this debt
It's in the
oversight?
bottom,
No, all the way to the bottom.
yes,
Bottom
sir.
line.
that one right there.
Oh, this one?
Yeah,
Yep.
1,849,905.
If Cushing is not going to pay for that offset, is that something we have to pick up then?
I'm
I
not
can-
sure they are or aren't. I haven't talked to them about it. So I don't know if you're hearing something I'm not, but
Well, Ron, I can answer that question. So
Okay.
the deal we have with Cushing is it's actually a 3-year agreement. So every year they renew. So if they said to us today, we're not going to fund this anymore, it's 3 years out before we'd have to pick up the cost of that officer.
Okay,
So there's a cushion built in there to give us time to, assume that cost over time.
oh, all right, okay, that's a good thing to know then, yeah. Okay. All right. And then at Friday's meeting on the slide deck, we'll highlight particular lines in the budget we want to talk about, maybe the big increases, talk about health insurance going up steadily, other things that are really outside of our control.
if you want it, I mean, other benefits, you'll see your increase. It's not just health insurance, the retirement account.
Right.
is seeing significant increases, and that one is going to continue to increase rapidly.
Right, right. I think that's what we've done in the past. We've highlighted the big changes to sort of get out in front of them when they see that the other article up on the screen, Article 10.
Yeah, Ron, I have a graph in there that shows the top 10 departments, and they're
Okay.
90% of the budget, 10,
Yeah.
10 departments, and you can see the changes, right there. So
Okay, all right. All right, so anything else about the verbiage on Article 10? Well, we talked about the difference between the 18,206 and the 18,343. Everybody understand how we got to that difference? Anything on the numbers or anything anybody wants to talk about on a specific line? Well, we've got it here.
I'm good because we talked about it last week. I think
Well,
we just
okay.
have to
All
be
right.
prepared to hear questions from the public and
Right. Okay. Well, then, I'd like to have a motion then to accept Article 10 as written
so moved.
and seconded.
Second.
Okay, okay, so on a roll call vote, Ron, yes?
Joe, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, that's Article 10. Article 11, we've already gone through capital, so that's good to go. Article 12.
Well, we have to do it too, Ron.
Oh, we do? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, this is the fourth payment out of 5 payments for a little under $40,000. Again, I certainly recommend this. I'd like to have a motion to accept the Article 11 is written for the 40,000.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, seconded.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Ron, yes.
Joe,
Marty, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Okay, I think I heard everybody. Okay, so Article 11 is, now Article 12, I'm going to have to defer to Brian or Bill because I understand the words and what it says about the rescission. I don't know why or what brought this about.
You want me to do it, Brian?
Yeah, why don't you take that, Bill, please?
So does everybody know where Ashley Court is in South Ashburnham? So right down at the end of the road there was that School Street.
Yeah.
On the left-hand side, there's a baseball field.
Yeah,
And right across from the baseball field is the location of this property that used to have this school there. So back in 1973, town meeting took a vote, turned control of that property over to the Council on Aging for the purposes of building a senior center. So here we are in 2021. There is no senior center anywhere in sight based on the demand for the services now. So what the board is trying to do is we're trying to get control of the property back to the Board of Selectmen because we're looking at it for possible development for either affordable housing, senior housing, something along those lines. There's some grant programs that we're looking at and seeing if we can apply for it. And because Ashley Court is there, it may be a good thing to look at putting senior housing there. Although, again, there are no specific plans to do that. There's nothing in the works. It's a goal that we have to try to do something. And again, that would all count on our affordable housing numbers as well. So this is just simply to get the control back to the Board of Selectmen.
okay.
That would be Article 14, Bill. That
Oh,
one.
you know what? Sorry. Red.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, so remember that for 14.
Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right.
Article 12, if you, on Chapel Street, if you were taking a left to go into the library, that field that's right there.
Yep.
Yep.
So back in, this was 73 as well. A vote was taken to allow a private group to build a hockey rink and an ice skating rink or something like that in there. And what I've been told is that shouldn't have done it. It's not going to happen. So this would basically just get this off the books and allow us to do whatever we'd like to do back there, which is essentially trying to preserve that as the town common and maybe, do some development somewhere down the road. But it's clear we're not going to let an outside private group come in and do some sort of a development on that property.
So I guess just the only question that comes to mind is why doesn't the language of this say that the control of that land falls under the auspices of the Board of Selectmen?
Don't know. There's been discussion about who actually controls the property. If you talk to some of the folks on Parks and Rec, they will tell you that they oversee it because there's a playground on the property somewhere there. But we've been advised by town council that it is controlled by the Board of Selectmen, but they're basically you know, just trying to get rid of this old article and make sure that we're clean. If something comes down the road, that we can do something with that property.
Thank you.
There's a lot, when that property was gifted to the town, there's a lot of restrictions on that property. Some which have been adhered to, others that haven't. For example, the Veterans Memorial School should have never been built on that property, but it did. So we just try to prevent something like that from happening.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns about the article?
No.
Okay, then I'd like to have a motion to accept Article 12 as written,
So moved.
seconded.
Second.
Okay, and a roll call vote. Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, so on to Article 13 was the name change from the, for the Board of Selectmen. Again, Bill, you want to take this one, or Brian?
I can take this one. So we're trying to just modernize, the Board of Selectmen to Select Board, just to kind of catch up to the time, so to speak.
Hmm.
So this is a lot of sections in here, and actually the bylaws are actually attached to this also. So it's very encompassing, but it's just replacing, Board of Selectmen with Select Board.
Okay, that. All right.
Sounds like a lot of things need to change, huh? Jesus.
Yeah.
Board of Select Persons.
Yeah,
It's fine, but
okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
non-consequential.
right, exactly. Can I have a motion to accept Article 13 as written
So moved.
and seconded?
Yep. Second.
Okay, so Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, 14, which we discussed earlier. On School Street, South Ashburnham. Okay,
So is everybody clear on what I said? Because I can give you the Reader's Digest condensed version if you want me to.
Oh, we're good.
yeah,
It's a
well,
piece of land we want to take control of, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So Bill, that's across from the baseball diamond.
Right, there's actually a monument in the middle of that thing, like a site marker or something like that, but it's directly across from the baseball field.
okay. All right, yeah, I know what that is. Okay, can I have a motion to accept Article 14 as written?
So moved.
Seconded?
Second.
Okay, Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so those are the 14 articles that are going to come before town meeting next Tuesday on the 4th. Before we get to the minutes of our last meeting to accept those, are there any questions, comments? Anybody want to say anything about warrant articles or the budget?
Well, Ron, I just have a question. The last couple years, at the end here, we've made a motion to recommend to the town the FY 2022 budget of X amount as written. So you want to just put that in our minutes?
Yeah, I would go along with that, put it in the minutes for the 18,343.
So it's 18. So a motion to recommend to the town the FY 2022 budget of 18,343,547
47
I'll second that.
as written. Yep.
as written.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
and then on a roll call, Ron, yes.
Joe, yes.
Marty, yes.
Jamie, yes.
Okay,
Just to double check, the meeting's at Oakmont at 7 o'clock, is that right?
yes. Again, I know we don't have anything pressing that I know of right now, but probably be wise to get there at 6:30. What do you think about that? We've done that in the past. I don't see anything coming up surprising us. If we do,
What day is it? The 4th?
Huh?
What day is it?
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
the 4th.
Okay.
Okay, and it's in the auditorium at Oakmont High, just front door, straight through. I think that's the door that's gonna be open.
Okay.
Okay,
So to Brian, to Ron's point, we usually do schedule a meeting before the town meeting, so we probably should schedule a joint meeting between advisory, Board of Selectmen, and probably Capital, and just post it for 6:30. And then if something does come up, we'll be in session and can take votes and do what we need to do. Very, very crazy things have happened before town meetings in our history here. We're not looking for a repeat of any of that. But I think it would be a good thing to get there and make sure we're all settled in and have everything ready to go.
right.
You guys want to do that? That's fine. We didn't do it last year, but like I said, last year was a light year, and who knows with everything going on. So I'm good with anything you guys want to do. Doesn't matter to me. I do want to make one comment though. I meant to mention it. Article 6, which is the waterways change. Normally that's 2,500. Boat excise was down, so it's only 1,500. Okay, I just want to make note of that. So if someone compares to last year, saying, hey, that's always 25, it's been 25 for a long time. We only collected $1,534, so I only grabbed 1,500.
Yeah, I don't want to be picking a scab here, but that's because we have no law enforcement on our lakes. We got, I don't know how many boats, water skis, jet skis that aren't registered. So that's going to continue to go down until we can get somebody to do it. That I don't want to say anything more about. That burns my butt. We lose revenue there because of it. So anyway, enough of that. Okay, we've got the minutes from our last meeting that Jamie sent out. I don't know if everybody's seen them. See if I can bring them up.
Welcome to everyone.
Oh, wrong one. I'll get there. Right here.
Yep, that's the one. Okay, so it looked good. From everything I saw, we had capital there.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Okay, well, I'll second it then. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Yep, Joel Laveri, yes.
Ron, yes.
Amy, yes.
Marty, yes.
Okay, good. All right,
No,
anything,
did you make it or Ron
Al-
make it?
what?
Motion.
I made the motion.
All right, you made
Ron
it.
seconded.
Okay.
Okay. Again, thank you, everybody, for coming and spending the time so we can get ready for the town meeting.
So Ron, before we conclude that presentation that you put together, is that where you all are meeting on Friday about to decide
Yes.
who's gonna, okay.
Right. I mean, if you'd like to attend,
What time?
well, we don't
time's
have a
it?
time set yet. I could set that, we said as early as possible. And be about an hour, Joe.
Yeah, all right, well, let me know and I'll see if I can make it.
All right.
Yeah, let us know.
What's-
Yeah, let us know what time it is.
Sure.
No.
Yep. Okay, that's not gonna foul things up, right, Brian? We got plenty of space at the safety building.
As long as we don't have, well, it's not unless we're posting it as a meeting. I'm not sure. Bill, are we? If you and
No,
Rosemary are
see,
there.
that's
Okay,
just,
then.
if you guys have a quorum, then
Yeah.
it'll have to get posted as a meeting, so.
Okay,
I don't think I can make it anyway. I was.
Yeah,
I
that's fine. That's fine.
okay, forget that.
have a job that gets in the way of my personal life.
Yeah.
So just so you'll know, I don't know if you, Ron, said anything or not, but last year there was a PowerPoint presentation that was done. So I don't know, I can't remember last year if it was combined with advisory or not, but it's going to be combined this year. So it's going to be a report from the selectmen and the advisory board, and different people are going to do different sections of it. I guess Ron's going to do some, I'm going to do some, Brian's going to do some. I haven't actually seen the PowerPoint yet, so I'm just kind of talking out of my backside, but I know Rosemary's working on it, so I'm sure it'll be good.
And I'll try to get it out to every buddy on the advisory board, or so you can see it. Okay,
Sounds good.
all right, well, hearing nothing more, I'd make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Okay, and thank you again, everybody, for
Bye,
coming.
everybody.
Thank you.
See ya.
Hey, thanks for staying
Bye.
on.
Good
Thanks.
night.
Bye.
Yeah, okay.
Bill, just one question. Oh, Brian, do you know if that's gonna be a posted meeting or no?
No, that's why we
Okay.
can't have a quorum at it. That's
Okay.
why we kind of,
Alright.
at the end there, I'm like,
Okay,
a couple
I'll
can go, but not everybody. So I'm not sure if Bill or Rosemary, I think just Bill, Ron,
Okay.
myself. But if Jamie wants to go, I know, as long as it's not a quorum, they're welcome to come.